Hello and welcome to ALW Collectibles. Today we're going to be taking a look at Predator 2, the Ultimate Warrior Predator. This is from the 30th anniversary line, and it looks really nice. This is part of the Lost tribe, which was at the end of Predator 2 on the ship, and it looks awesome. A lot more accessories than normal, a couple new pieces. Let's take a look at the inside of the packaging. We got a nice photo of the Predator. As soon as I get the glare off the photo, with his new flail, and we get the Predator in the box himself. You see all the standard equipment. He's got stuff behind him. As usual, I did pre-open the box, and I did cut all the straps, save some time for the video. Having said that, let's take a look at this figure. This was ripped when I bought it, sadly, but it happens. That looks really, really nice. With this set, you get his battle axe, a flail, closed and open spears, closed and open discs. You got your cannon blast effects. You have his gauntlet blaster pieces, 5 interchangeable hands, a skull with a spine, and 2 interchangeable heads. Let's take them out of the package and see what they look like. And this one's a cool package because you actually have this piece in the back, which has his spear. Not his spear, wow. His battle axe. I know my equipment, really, I do. His flail. Set that aside. You get all the little goodies in here. This is the only time I hate doing unboxings. The only part I should say of doing unboxings with these I hate is these come out like crazy. There we go. Yeah, that worked out nice. His open spear, the extra head, and the Predator himself. I love the way these are designed because you get his feet stick right in the back. Alrighty. And for this boy here, we're going to take and put him on a stand. Will he give me a fight? Oh, a little tight to put the stand on, but not too bad. I noticed some of these guys, the peg holes on their feet are not as big as they should be. There we go. Aha! We have done this. All right, so let's line everything up so we can see what we got. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I like this. This looks pretty cool. Uh-huh. All righty. There we go. There's everything he comes with. It looks like a very jumbled mess compared to how I usually have it all laid out. All righty. Little bio on him. Part of the Lost Tribe. Warrior Predator is a student of the ancient Yautja fighting traditions and is one of the few elite hunters forged in fire by the blood ring. A competitive fighting sport created long ago. There's more detail to it on the back of the packaging, but that's just the cliff notes of the beginning for you. Just give me a little background on him. And this thing looks really sharp. I like this. This figure was released in 2022 by NECA. Let's take a look like we always do. There's the first one. There's the open hand. That looks nice. There's the grabbing hand. I like the knuckle duster here. Nice spikes across. I love the blue and the light blue. Looks really sharp on this figure. Another gripping hand. These are all textured. Feels really nice. You get the closed smart disc. Nicely detailed in there. Then, of course, you get your open smart disc, which is ready for use. You got pieces that can go on his gauntlet. They're called gauntlet blaster pieces. That is textured. Those go on the back of this part of the gauntlet. You get two of them. One's closed. This is the open one because it's got a higher peg. You got a closed spear. Very nicely detailed. Looks really sharp. This open spear. Done in, it's got like a bronze color to it with black highlights. Normal predator skull from the human. And this one's really aged. It's got a red tint to it. Really nice detail. Then you got another skull, same thing, reddish tint to it, with the spine still attached. All the way down to the pelvis. Really, really cool. Then you got the two new weapons. First, we got the flail. This is a rubbery flail. You can bend it. It's done in like a grayish color, with a little bit of copper in there, and silver. It's really nice. And then we have his battle axe. I think this looks really cool. It's multicolored. You got copper, brown, and silver. That looks really nice. Then you got the alternate head. And I like this. This is a little bit more elongated than some of them in the front. You got the humanized eyes with the yellow and red. Dark purple for the inside of the mouth. Like a cream color for all his teeth and mandibles. Ridge detail looks really nice. Very well sculpted. Sculptured. I was doing so good with the speech today, people. And this I thought was cool. You got two copper ones, and the rest of the clips are all silver. And of course, on the back, there's no paint job. It's just the blue coloring. Looks really sharp. And that brings us to the Predator himself. Let's take a look at the biomask on him. That looks nice. I like this biomask. Reminds me of Boar. The armament on him is very close to Predator 2, the Jungle Hunter. The City Hunter, I'm sorry. His armament is very reminiscent of the City Hunter. Very well textured. Looks really, really cool. Texturing on the armor is very nice. I like this. And like I said in my last Predator video, I thought it was interesting. There's the biomesh. There's none on this arm, but he has it on this arm and all over the body. This is a separate piece that just floats. It's like a pouch. He's got another piece to it in the back, and it's on a string. Detail work on the gauntlets are nice, and on his computer, which is funny because his computer opens this way. A lot of them open outward. His opens inward. So, or did I get that backwards? I may have said that backwards. Either way, looks really nice. The other side, of course, is his blades. Spot for the smart disc, and there's a lot of detail work in here as well. I like the figures a lot. I like how the armor's always beat up on these things. They're not like brand new, like they just came out of a mold. They got look like they've been through battles, pockmarked and scratched up. You got legal information on both sides of the feet. Really, really sharp. I like this. And I like the neck design on this one. He's got the protective rings, and he's got designs on the rings themselves. So that looks sharp. Articulation. Head can do. All the way around. Full exorcist. Up and down. His cannon can move. His blaster. And that's another piece that looks good. Let's move this back so you can see it. That looks pretty sharp. I like that. Tilt this head to one side and bring that right back up. That can come all the way up to here. Right there. Like so. Arm all the way around. This piece is glued on at the bicep, so it can come up and down. This one here, you don't have the same resistance. You cannot go all the way around with this one because that's glued there. However, this one will go all the way around on this side. Double jointed elbow. Wrist. Forearm movement. Wrist. In and out. He does have an ab crunch, even though it's really tight. Waist rotation. Ball joint, left and right. In and out. Forward. And back is not the greatest on him. Double knee. And ankle rotation. So you got a lot to work with him. And then, of course, his blades do come out. Fingers are in the way, so they're pushing them together. There we go. And they go back in. Not too long. I like that. I like that. Looks really, really cool. And he does have marks on the back like he's supposed to be able to hold things. So we will look at those. I will say off the top, I love the color palette choices on this figure. I think it looks really nice. I like the blue with the dark colors, but they're not over the top dark. They've got like a subtleness to them, like a metallic color to it. Like on the helmet, I love how it has the striping. I think that looks really sharp. All right. Now that we said that, let's get down to armoring him up. You could take the closed smart disc, and that just sits right inside that. It's going to give me the same issue that most of them do. They just like going in place. There we go. See, I want to know what sits right there. That's too small. So this piece here goes here. There we go. That's his open gauntlet. Nope, I put it in backwards. Yes, I did. I put it in backwards. There we go. There's the open gauntlet. And the closed gauntlet. And I like that. That's a nice little choice. But while we're here, let's take a look at his ARM computer. It's got the red markings in there like it's getting ready to blow up. Looks really nice. The top panel is very well designed. It looks really cool. Those make me nervous because I've had several of those snap on me over the time. So I'm very careful with it. And as far as I could tell, nothing really can be stored back there on those two spots. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, so let's take these off and let's armor him up. These just pop out. It's a grabbing hand on that side. First, let's give him an open hand on this side. That looks really sharp. So he can hold his closed spear in one hand. And let's give him his flail in this hand. And see how that looks. That actually looks pretty sharp. Timber. You can hold his open spear in this hand. That looks really nice. The one I want to see is this new equipment. All right, that looks cool. Very cool. I like that. Take this like he's getting ready to swing it by bending that. Oh, as I throw that in. Let's flail away for a minute. Switch out this hand again. That one. And I don't think he can really hold much in that hand. Unless you force this through his fingers. I don't like that idea. Move the fingers around. This will slide into this hand nicely. There we go. And of course, this smart disc, when you're using the open hand, your right side will normally line up with this. Manipulate the fingers and get those in there. Cool. Let's take this off. Switch that hand back out. Actually, give him that hand one back for 1 minute. I want to try something. Oh, it's coming off his base. I set him on. All right. Stomp. Stomp. All right. Give me. Oh, yes, this should do it. That should work nicely. You gotta fight with the fingers a little? But he will hold that. No. I don't see anything that's really going to fit into that hand too nice. Of course, you got. I throw that. My least favorite piece. Is blast effects. I don't know what it is about those. I'm just not a huge fan of that. And then the final piece we're going to switch over is going to be his head. Off and on. That looks menacing. I like that a lot. That looks very menacing. That is a predator. I would definitely. Well, I didn't say. I would definitely be afraid of. He's dropping his hands. There we go. See if we can get this. Yeah, that looks sharp. I like that. Let's take a look at that head sculpt on the body. That looks really cool. Yeah, this has been the Warrior Predator from Predator 2. Overall, I like this figure. I really like the way he looks. I think it looks really nice. I mean, even under here, they went really good with the detail work. The net body bio mesh looks really good on him. They did that all in black all over the body. Even the computer on the arm looks really sharp. I like the way that looks. I like the option for the open and close here. The plasma caster, I think the way this is designed with this figure and for Predator 2 kind of gets in the way. And mine just popped out, which happened to the Predator 2 figure. Swing it out, and it's supposed to be on this pin there. Now it's not in the way. It's supposed to be at an angle like that over his shoulder. All right, so let's try this blast effects part again. Now the Lost Tribes getting involved in the action. Blasting at something off camera. Yeah, overall, I really do like this figure. I think it looks really, really sharp. I think it looks really cool. And I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with this figure. Having said that, this is ALW. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to say thank you to all my channel members. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe if you wish. Again, can't say enough about this figure. I really enjoyed it. I think it looks really, really sharp. I'm just cleaning up the base a little bit here for you to see it, so I can do a little pose for him. Unfortunately, the only way these go back in the box is if we put them in the proper spots. But having said that, I would highly recommend anybody who wants this as part of your figure collection. I think the extra pieces are just a nice little addition to it. Let's go in the right spot in the box. So let's give him back his flail. Bend it back. Let's get ready to fight. Bend the hand in. Extend the blades. And just hold it. There we go. Leaning back like he's getting ready to scream. There we go. I think that looks pretty sharp. Having said that, thank you very much. I appreciate the views, and I will keep trying to put out more videos. I am working on doing some more Transformer 1 videos and a few other things. Thank you very much. Have a good day.